Hey, it's only me.
Before we get started, here are the trigger warnings.
I knew this man, and I'll just say he was a member of the family to some degree, who used to slap my bum when I walked past. And my parents used to do it, so I didn't really think that he meant anything by it, but I didn't really care. It bothered me. I didn't like it, and it was just weird for somebody else to do that other than like my mom and dad. So I went to my mother one day to tell her about it, and she was making the bed, so of course she was busy doing something and I was bothering her. And I went in there and I was like, oh, this guy is like touching me when I go past. It's driving me crazy. I don't like it. It's making me very uncomfortable. And I'm sure I didn't word it that way because I was very young. So I don't know exactly what I said. I don't remember the exact words. But basically I was trying to say, he's touched my body. I don't like it. It's making me uncomfortable. And in my mind, I'm thinking she's gonna say, don't worry about it. I'll chat with him. It's not going to happen to you again. And if it does, you tell me, right? That's what I was imagining in my mind is how this conversation would go. But it didn't. To my surprise, she kind of said, well, he hasn't been around children that much, so he might not know where kind of things start and things end. And I remember she even kind of like made this movement with her hand toward the front of her body, which was a very different element of the body than I was talking about. I was talking about him slapping my bum. And in that moment, I just felt my whole world crash down. And in my head, I must have made a weird face. And I was thinking, not only is she not going to sort out this problem in which a boundary of mine, somebody touching my body and making me feel uncomfortable, is not going to change, she also wouldn't believe me if he started touching the front of my body, like my proper, intimate area. And I thought, oh, I'm on my own here. Nobody's here to protect me. Nobody's going to believe me if I come forward with this kind of information, because she misconstrued what I was getting at and basically it made an excuse for him and continued to make the bed. I remember she looked over at me at one point and was like, are you okay? Because I must have made the most ridiculous face at her. And I was thinking, no, I'm not okay. I'm in this world by myself. I realized in that moment that no one was ever going to believe me if I was sexually abused. I knew it. Because if one person's supposed to believe you, it's your parents, isn't it? It's the person who's supposed to love and protect you and look after you. And I realized in that moment that I did not have that. That wasn't my experience anymore. To be honest, I can't really speak for the other people in my life on why that happened, why they couldn't hear me, why that would ever be appropriate to say to a child or anyone, really. If anyone came to me saying somebody was touching them inappropriately, you feel like you would at least try to do something, give them advice, try to do something about it. But especially your own child, yeah, that really affected me. So by the time a lot of the trauma and abuse happened, I didn't come forward. I did not believe that anyone would listen to me. I didn't believe my voice had any value at all. My parents didn't believe me. I didn't think anyone would. Why would they? The one person in your life who's supposed to believe you didn't. If a child comes to you and tells you that somebody has assaulted them or touched them in a sexual way or is trying to force them to kiss them or anything, or just being very flirty, please listen to that. Don't go to other people and look for confirmation that that has occurred. Your child just told you it occurred. Children do not lie about these things. They don't. They just don't lie about it. Please, please listen to your own children. If you're not going to listen to them, why did you have them? I've literally had a friend of the family phone my mother to see if somebody was sexually abusive toward us because her child said that he was trying to kiss her and get her to kiss him. Why did she have to phone my family? Just believe your child. And it was absolutely true. I can guarantee it because he assaulted me. I was not ready to open up about this for, I don't even know, 20 years. So at that point, I was not ready to open up about it. So of course, what did my mom say? Oh no, that didn't happen. Why didn't she just believe her child? If something doesn't seem right or your child seems off, stop contact with that person, please. And if they're uncomfortable in a situation with an adult, even if it seems very innocent, there's probably something weird going on. And listen to them and pay more attention to that adult in their life who's making them uncomfortable. Because for me, that adult went on to assault me, and it's totally unfair when I tried to go to my parent ages before that. Look out for red flags. Trust your gut, trust your instincts, and above all else, trust your child the first time, immediately, before anything worse happens. If anyone around you has been convicted of a sex crime, please listen to that. I've had a lot of crimes committed against me, and the police were not able to help me at all. I had no proof. So if somebody actually has been convicted of a crime of that nature, it's odds are that there was proof and that they did do it. If your child comes to you and is upset about a situation or an adult in their life, listen to them immediately. Please don't look around for confirmation. Please don't ask all your friends. Just take that adult out of that person's life. That's what it takes to keep your child safe. And there's really nothing more important than protecting your child. And they can, to some degree, understand that abuse happens outside of your family, but when it happens inside of your family, they lose trust in the world. They lose hope in the world. And when they've told you and you have not listened to them, or you've dismissed them, or you've silenced them, it is so damaging. It's so damaging to a child to feel like nobody listens to them, like nobody cares, and that this whole world, including inside of their home, is a very dangerous place. So please, please be very careful with your most precious, loved children. And that's how I feel about that. It makes me very angry. See you next time.